Do you have a penis? Do you have a penis?
What's just called a snow day?
Do you have a penis?
Breaking news!
Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily podcast where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. From the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio, Baldwin Ace Hardware, a beacon of DIY awesomeness in the Northland. I don't like to be starting the show and learn that I've lost 1,000 Pooh Bear points. And I responded with, what? What happened? So I'm racking my brain. What did I do wrong? Minus 1,000 Pooh Bear points. That is not the way you want to start this show off. She has left the home. So what? I mean, I woke up. Last night I took out the garbage, so that's in order. I packed her lunch. She went with the lasagna and the garlic bread leftovers and an orange. I put all that in there. The smoothie order was orange banana. I did that. Cup of orange juice, cup of almond milk, the banana, the yogurt, the chia seeds, and the, what's that shit called again? I don't know. That supplement that's tasteless that adds the protein. So I'm vastly confused. I cannot figure. She's at school right now. And I'm like, what the hell did I do? There's no way this is going to work out, since it's going to be bugging me the whole damn show. She's
Hello, you have
yeah. She's busy. I'm fucked. Have to figure that out later. Yesterday, it was an adventure. We took the NFK. I took the NFK out of his natural habitat. As I talked to you about a long-term fixer-upper project. By the way, he's started showering on his own, which I'm a little concerned about because he's susceptible to falls, but he swears that he's going to do it. And I'm like, God. We'll see. If I smell something, I'm going to have to throw your ass in there and hose you down. So off we go to the dentist. And just to recap, one side was hurting, and they said, okay, yeah, you need a couple fillings. The day for that is yesterday. 1st of March. Okay, great. But so he's been favoring the other side of his mouth. Then he discovered that because there's holes in those teeth too, that was even more painful. So, okay, maybe we can take care of both of these. So we go in a little earlier. They said, yeah, let's take a look. What they revealed is that on the side that also started hurting, that, okay, now that's a root canal. That needs to be a root canal. Now, I've never had one of these, but I hear it's a pretty tough go to do that deal. So he's scheduled for the fillings. Now, they have a finite amount of time. This is a very, very busy practice. Stand by. Of the two problems, the one that's more pressing is the root canal. But they don't have time to do a full root canal. That takes more preparation, more time, and it's just not going to work. So what they decided to do was, and this is a little wonky because you might go, but they decided to, quote unquote, relieve the pressure on the root canal side. Now, what that means is, there's infection. So to do that, they got to drill into the first they numb the fuck out of you, and then they drill in and clean all that out. Immediate relief. It's kind of like those videos I watch of the farmer cleaning out the cow hoofs. They reveal the open issue, get whatever's in there out, and then that's it. And I go, well, okay. And they said, so what we're going to do is we'll do that, and then we're putting him on an antibiotic. And then that will alleviate the infection. The pain should stop. We're going to reschedule for the other fillings. So this is a very involved process. Now, this is one of the most busy practices ever because we have to wait now several weeks, maybe even a couple months before all of this is even going to be addressed. The filling, the root canal, it's all a shit show. So the root canal, they go in, and I think that the way this works is they end up destroying that nerve. The tooth is dead, and then they put a cap or a crown on the fucking thing. This is a really involved process. I hope you're happy with your effort to destroy your mouth by not taking care of your teeth, you fucking dum-dum. Jesus. I hope you learned something, you dumb shit. Fucking A. And then we get to this moment, and it's always awkward because Ding Dong has this horrible habit. He'll ask you a question. You'll start to answer it, and then he interrupts your answer. Now, he does it to me. I just stop. Like if he says to me, hey, how is the sky? How is grass green, for example? And let's say I'm a horticulturist and I know everything there is to know about it, and I'm going to answer that. And as I'm starting to give that answer, he'll ask me a follow-up question. And then I usually go, okay, you got to stop doing that. I'm trying to answer one question. You're not listening to the response, and you're interrupting me. Can you not do that? Oh, yeah, okay. So that's with me. But now, when he went back into the, dentist chair, I said to the lady who's in charge, I go, okay, whatever happens, I'll be here. Just come tell me, because he's not going to remember. So she comes out. She explains to me what's up. They take care of him. He comes out, sits down next to me, and she starts to explain the plan of attack and what to expect in the coming days and just basic shit. And as she's talking, he starts doing that again. Loudly, just like throwing his voice into the conversation mid-sentence. So then I have to do it. I have to go, I'm looking at her and I go, 1 second. Dude, let her finish. Fucking pain in the ass. All right. Go to the pharmacy. Get the antibiotics. Off we go. Today he wakes up. I go, how's the mouth? Not bad. Not bad. Love it. Now I just got to take care of this fucking side. This fucking side's got to get fixed now, babe. I'm like, yeah, you don't need to do that. You don't. Who does that in conversation? Most people would just go, yeah, now I just got to take care of the other side. And, lesson learned. But no, it always has to be like full of this weird type of aggressive flexing. It's like, who are you pissed at here? Fucking drives me up a wall. Another night last night of Diana screaming in my face. Sound asleep. And, it can happen. It can happen every night. It can happen any night and every night. Or no nights. But Bruce and I, sound asleep, terrified. He of course, barks because there's an intruder or some type of a creature in the room, he thinks. Because all we hear is... but louder. So here I am in deep sleep, dreaming about probably having sex with a man or something like that. You're like, wait, what? Well, you had to listen to the last couple days' podcast and know that reference. My heart's probably beating at about 11 or 12 beats a minute, 2 breaths a minute. In 1 second, it rockets up to 199, hyperventilating because Diana's screaming in the middle of the night. And it's always the same dream. Someone's out to get her. I'm like, yeah, well, welcome to my world. So I go, honey, you're screaming. What? I go, yeah, and now she's mad. I go, yeah, you're screaming. I'm getting you out of your dream. You're stop. Someone was trying to get me. I go, I know. I've been aware of that. I know. Of course, someone was trying to get you. I don't think you were, having a nice dream. I figured it was someone was actually trying to get you. They always are trying to get you. That's always the case. And it takes a good 130 minutes for me to relax after that horrible moment. Holy shit. All right. Griffin's last night. Something terrible happened. By the way, forgot to reach out to Mitch Kiesler. I just found out that I had to change the date of the Paintball War number 22. You haven't been here in a while. That has changed. We have not rescheduled. I was double booked. My apologies. Griff's game. And so we have a backup timekeeper. And this is not great because the one who does it, Josie, is ridiculously effective. And I don't know how she does it because she does not stop talking from the moment she sits down there at the electronics table where the scoreboard operation is. I don't know how she's able to actually pay attention to the game. She has to pay attention to when the linesman drops the puck to start the clock. She has to be listening for the whistle to stop the clock. And there's all sorts of things in between that have to happen. Now, she is the most qualified scoreboard operator on the planet. And this is a volunteer position. And I am of the opinion that the hockey team needs to make this a paid position with a salary of about $500,000 a year, which is way more than any player makes. And there's a reason for that. Now, prior to her getting that job, Norm had it. Norm Kalenda, who, despite being 149 years old, was also absurdly effective. God rest his soul. He is hanging out with Gordie Howe and Ted Lindsay as we speak. I'm serious. They called him West Michigan's Gordie Howe, Norm. Legend. So the next person to have that job is Josie. She's just as good and not 150 years old. So this is all I have to do. I have to sit down at the scorer's table and listen to her yap and have her run the scoreboard. She decides to take some time off, and that means missing games. Now, that is a problem. Now, the reason why I say this needs to not be a volunteer position, she gets like 2 tickets to the game and like a free hot dog. That's all she gets. She should be paid handsomely, but she doesn't. So because she's not, if she needs to take some time off, go on a trip, she does. And then we have to put the backup in. Now, the backup, I think the backup will also tell you this now, but for some reason, the backup thought that he was qualified. Now, everyone in the arena knows he's not. But he's also, for some reason, in charge of the off-ice officials. Dude who runs the clock has no business running the clock. Now, despite filling in for Josie many, many times, he's never, ever gotten it right. Ever. Now, he's okay, I guess, at starting the clock when the ref drops the puck. And okay, I guess, when the whistle blows. But God forbid if he ever needs to hit a few buttons into the inner workings of the clock to change something. There was a moment during the game. Well, this isn't yesterday's game. This is the game before. Maybe 2 games before. I don't remember. When there was time winding down in the third period. The score is tied. Play stops. The coach of the Griffins says, I think there should be more time on the clock. The refs confer. They agree. They skate over to the scorer's table. And they say into the little hole, hey, you're going to have to change that time on the clock from 5 seconds to 7.5. This is important because of the Griffs are going to get a face-off in the other team's zone, so it's potential to score a goal. Dude immediately flips out because he tries to do it, tries to change the time on the clock. And the amount of time this would take Josie is about 3 seconds. To my right is a player from the other team who's in the penalty box. His name's Jack Drury. 2 refs on the other side of the glass waiting for dude to change the fucking time. 10 seconds passes. Ref sticks his face back in the hole. He goes, hey, everything okay? And I'm hearing panic in dude's voice. And just giving me the impression that he's starting to come unglued a little bit. This continues. Now you're hearing a murmur in the crowd. All eyes are where I'm at. I'm trying to lean as far away from this guy as possible as he's struggling and now muttering to himself about what's happening. 10 seconds turns to 30. At this point, Jack Drury from the Chicago Wolves starts screaming at the dude. What the fuck are you doing? So now I've got refs saying, what the fuck is going on the other side of the glass? I got a player from the other team yelling at the dude, and I'm just like hoping I don't get shrapnel. It's like, I don't fucking want to do this. This is terrible. So I'm just staring off into eternity. Oh my God. This went on. And then there's two other people in the box with me, my timeout coordinator and a scorekeeper. And we're all just quiet. The four of us, and the penalty box attendant. Oh my God. Fucking shit. It was so awkward. And then the guy, I thought he was going to start to cry. This went, and then on the scoreboard, it's supposed to say 7.5. Suddenly it says 75 minutes are left in the game. There's supposed to be 7.5 seconds. We're like, oh no, the crowd's groaning. This is what it sounded like.
That's horrible.
You're telling me. It was a good 3 minutes. So bad. Game ends. Regulation ends. We go to overtime. Now, there's a technique called clock hold. That's clock hold. If the timekeeper starts the clock thinking that the ref has dropped the puck, you got to reconcile that. So that happened. Walt started the clock a little early. So about a second of overtime, this is during that gameplay, during the overtime, a second of time went off the clock. What you technically should do is if they all right, hang on. The refs are like, oh my God. They will then make you hold the clock. So then the ref will drop the puck. You count 1,000. Then you start it. So most of the time, that's fine. Or if no one notices, fucking let it go. Make it up on the next stoppage on your own. It's there's a little wiggle room there. What does he do? Instead of implementing the clock hold technique, knowing full well he has a horrible time changing the time, he blows the fucking bullhorn, which gets the attention of the refs. So everybody stops. Ref skates over. He goes, what? He goes, yeah, I started the clock early. I got to change I got to put 1 second back on. And we're all going, no. Fucking shit. And he did it again. We're just sitting there again in this miserable awkwardness. I was like, oh my God in heaven, no, don't say it. It's so terrible. And this goes, it happens again. Now, you got to understand, the players are all warmed up and they don't like this type of stoppage. They want to keep the game going. And it was just miserable. We ended up losing in overtime, and it was just a shit show. Could not believe how awkward this is. I said to my friends over the hockey team, I said, I haven't felt this bad since 9/11. It goes 9/11, this. That's how terrible I felt being seated there. I walk out of the rink. Josie is actually on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, drunk as fuck. I go, Josie. Now, first I text, I go, you won't believe the meltdown I just saw. What happened? I go, I can't text it. I have to speak it. I have to get this off my chest. I'm driving home from the rink. I go, and she picks up the phone. She's walking down the street on Bourbon Street. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I tell her what's up. And I go, can you believe this? And she's just laughing. I go, you need to be paid. You can't leave again. And then, so that was, a couple games ago. Yesterday, she's back. And with her is her brother, who also is an off-ice official, but not skilled on clock management or clock operation. You know what she did yesterday? She spent significant time teaching him how to do it. Dude is out. He actually took himself out of that position. It's like, thank God. That's the best decision you've made. You might be great at other things, but there is no mistaking. You are unqualified. No one, impossible. You can't do it. Holy shit. My God, was that a absolute abortion. I've said to her, I go, this needs to be a paid position. We cannot have it that this is like some volunteer Yahoo off the street job. Oh. A lot of people are making the comparison to yet another Eric Zane sports venue story involving clocks. Yeah, I know. You're probably going to get in trouble, Eric Zane. Well, no, that's ridiculous. All of this is exactly as it happened. So, yeah. And you might be like, yeah, but you're talking about it. It's like, bullshit. I am not going down that road again. No one is in charge of me. I can't fire myself. That was the worst. Holy crap. My God. Anyway, that's how that all unfolded. Thank you so much for being part of this podcast. You can follow me on Facebook, and you can watch, I should say, on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. But why would you do that? I want you to go to Twitch. Twitch is where you get the show uninterrupted. So thank you if you've been watching this on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. But it's time for me to say goodbye to you. If you want the full show, you must go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live on your desktop or your laptop, or download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live, all one word. As always, you can listen to the show, the audio podcast, wherever you download shows. Send me an email on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Shoreliners Striping, making so that the parking lot looks fantastic. That's who you call upon. If you also need an athletic field striped, they can do that. Maybe repaint the inside of the workplace on the floor. Sometimes businesses have needs for that. A lot of factories use that type of method. Thank you so much to Shoreliners Striping. They actually just signed up for another year of marketing on the show, so I'm very, very happy about that. Okay. So I'm going to kick the rest of you on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube out.